Hi, I'm Stephanie Marson, and I'm a student at Arizona State University. I'm here to introduce you to an effective tool called the Problem-Solving Approach, or the PSA. The PSA is designed to be used with workplace writing, but it can be applied to academic writing as well. In fact, you've probably been using this approach for years. Ever written a memo to your boss? You've used it. Ever needed to discipline a child? You've used it. These steps are natural and intuitive. Being consciously aware of them makes them powerful. The 5 stages of the PSA are plan, research, draft, review, and distribute. I will be going into depth about each stage in subsequent slides. It's important to know that the first 3 stages, and sometimes the 4th, aren't necessarily a linear process. Sometimes you'll start with research, and sometimes you'll move back and forth between these steps several times before you're finally ready to distribute your document. Whether building a house, assembling a piece of furniture, or producing a document, a good plan guides your steps and helps keep you on task. A good plan answers key questions and establishes the direction the document needs to take. Identifying the document's purpose and audience are foundational pieces to the plan. The plan should also address document timelines and format, as well as ethical questions such as which details to share and how to present them. As I mentioned before, the purpose statement and audience analysis are key pieces of your plan. The purpose statement helps focus your goals for the document. Do you need to provide information? Convince? Instruct? What need are you trying to meet? This is where you finalize that concept. Knowing your audience further focuses your goals, but also helps ensure that your paper is written specifically to them. Write a brief paragraph detailing how each of these characteristics pertains to your audience. The research step is where you figure out what information your document needs to include. This is the stage where you gather and organize that information, evaluating it for relevance and appropriateness as you go. An outline created now makes the next stage much easier. When writing my informal report, I started with this step. I needed an overview of which learning objectives were addressed in each assignment, so I created a table. That table was a crucial part of my plan, my research, and my draft. The draft phase is where you actually get to write. Double-check your goals and audience demographics and use your outline to move you from point to point. This is also where you begin to implement your design plan. Use headings to provide visual and logical breaks between points. Choose visual elements that make sense and enhance the point you are making. The review step takes place once an initial draft has been created. This is when you get an outside opinion from a friend, tutor, or colleague. Come prepared to ask specific questions about the functionality of your document, particular phrases, and the overall feel of the piece. Sometimes it's helpful to have more than one round of reviews. While drafting my informal report, I met with my trusted reviewer twice to discuss the layout and effectiveness of the document. The 5th and final step of the PSA is to distribute the document to the audience. This may mean uploading it to the internet, emailing it, or even providing an actual paper document. Make sure that all supplemental information and attachments are included. And don't forget to follow up with your audience to make sure it was received and to answer questions or provide additional information. I have achieved success with the PSA primarily because this approach helps keep me focused on my goals, what the piece is meant to accomplish, and what the audience needs from me. The review phase has become my favorite part of the PSA and is a major contributor to my success with it. The external perspective forces me to address obscure areas, justify decisions made during stages 1 through 4, and to see the document through my reader's eyes. This feedback helps me create stronger documents. This class has taught me that I write better with a plan in place. I'm more effective when I have a clear goal and direction. It has also shown me that I have very high expectations of myself as a writer, and that I can achieve those expectations by routinely implementing the PSA. I have a new appreciation for the review process. I've come to appreciate the feedback received from a qualified and honest reviewer, and the collaborative process that comes with sharing my work. I've learned that to effectively communicate with your audience, you first need to know who they are. Knowing your audience enables you to imagine them and to speak directly to them. I've also learned that I need to do adequate research in order to be able to articulate the concepts and ideas that my audience needs. And finally, I've learned that a polished presentation builds ethos and gives me credibility with my audience. I hope you've enjoyed this look at how to use the PSA. Remember to start your plan with a purpose statement and an audience analysis. That will help you stay focused and will guide you through the research and draft stages. Having a coworker or friend review your document will enable you to make informed changes. And remember, the distribute phase isn't over just because the document has left your desk. Don't forget to follow up. Thank you for viewing my presentation, and good luck with your next writing project.